Welcome or welcome back to the Variety Pack Podcast. I'm your host, Rashad, and today I wanted to talk about Konosuba Season 2. We back in the building, baby. But before we start, I want to tell you guys, follow me on my Twitter at the Variety Pack Podcast. Follow my Instagram at the Variety Pack Podcast, my Facebook at the Variety Pack Podcast, and also my TikTok at Rashad the Variety Pack. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. So, how y'all feeling out there, my fellow anime fans? You know, we back in the building, baby, with Konosuba Season 2 review. So, starts off, my man Kazuma, he starts off in a holding cell because he's being accused of blowing up the mansion during the ending of Season 1, you know, with the big final battle. So, he's in a holding cell. They put him on trial, you know, for blowing up the mansion. My man Aladar, and you know he seems like a little bit of a slime ball to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to have a couple of slime balls in anime, baby. We know how I go. He seemed like a little bit of a slime ball, and he, you know, bringing up his old actions like, oh, you did this, you did this, you did this. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Stay on topic. Don't worry about other stuff I did before. Don't worry about that, man. So, my girl Darkness, you know, she steps in, bro. She steps in she steps in and she put her family name on the line, you know. Dustiness. She put her family name on the line and was like, so my man Kazuma could get get free, which is called a stay of trial. You know, you're still under investigation, but they give you a chance to prove your innocence, so to speak, you know. So my girl Darkness, she was like, yo, you know, I'll, you know, let him go, and then you could ask me, you know, I'll do whatever. You know, she was talking to Mr. Aladar. She was like, let him go, I'll do whatever you need me to do, whatever. And yeah. So I was like, yo, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, that's a real homie right there. That's a real homie, man. But if I had to really say, you know, because definitely I'm going to do Season 3, obviously, when it comes out. But, you know, I would like to see, you know, just a theory, my girl Darkness and my man Kazuma kind of at the end kind of be together, because I like their dynamic. But that's just me, though. You know, it's just one of my theories. I don't know how the series gonna end. But yeah, that's just one of my theories that I would like to come true, because I like them both. You know, my man Kazuma, he's a hell of a MC. I like him, how he stands on business and do what he do, and he's not a pushover. And my girl Darkness, you know, she's just her, man. And she's still lovable through it all. You know, a little bit of a masochist, but you know, she's still lovable. Straight waifu on definitely. But so she puts her name on the line for my man to get a stay of trial, you know, so he get a chance to prove himself that he, you know what I'm saying, that he can, you know, that he's going to prove his name. So, and it's kind of similar to what Asta had to do in the Black Clover series, because there was like, oh, we don't believe you. You're a devil just like them. You're working with the bad guys. But as we know, Asta, he's one of the good devils. That fights for the good for the good side. Fight for humanity. So it's kind of similar in that regard. How Asta had to go abroad to prove his name, and that's kind of how Kazuma had to put in work to prove his name. So I can see the similarities between the two. And my man Kazuma, he learns a new skill called snipe. The snipe skill has a higher accuracy the higher your luck skill is. And we know Kazuma, he's got a pretty high luck skill. And the crew, they battling the toads, and every time they battle the toads, scratch that, every time they battle anybody, they gonna get the job done, but it's gonna be pure comedy watching them get the job done. That's what I like about Konosuba, the comedy aspect. They get the job done, but watching them get the job done is pure, utter, unadulterated comedy, man. I love it, bro. It's so hilarious, bro. So they battling the toads, and Aqua, she's there, getting eaten, getting slime, because she hate getting the toad slime on her. Then we see my girl Megami. So, but as I said before, Darkness, she's not with them right now, because she at the doing what she doing for Mr. Aladark. So and then we have an unlikely savior come through. My girl Yu, she saves the day. She comes through and saves the party, and I like that for my girl, to have her a little bit of her moment in the sun, a little bit like, yeah, I'm finna come through and help y'all out, So I like that moment for my girl Yu. And then after Yuya comes and save the day for Kazuma, Aqua, Megami and Yuya have a duel using a magic crystal ball, but the crystal ball, they show a bunch of sad moments and embarrassing moments for both Megami and Yuya. So it's like watching that, you see it's shows a little bit of slightly a little bit of the backstory, but it's like, man, because Yuya, she always want to duel with Megami, and she was like, let's duel, but I did not expect that, and they was as you would expect, they're both as embarrassed because they didn't want nobody to see that, which that's totally understandable. So that little piece right there, I was because we got a little peek into the backstory of, just a little tiny peek into how they the backstory and the struggles they both had to go through growing up or whatever. So we got a little bit to see that, and I appreciated that. So the crew, they get another mission. They got to go to the dungeon. Aqua and Kazuma, they in there. My girl Megami, she waiting outside, because she can't use her explosion magic inside the caves, because that's gonna cause a little bit of an issue. So she like, stay outside. And, she outside, being a being a goofball, man. Just practicing her incantations of how to do when she does the explosion magic. Just being a goofball, man. And so we see Kazuma and my girl Aqua in the dungeon, and Kazuma got another new skill called Foresight. It helps them navigate dark spaces a whole lot easier. My girl Aqua, she flexes a little bit of her power. She uses she uses a little bit, and she sends, because there's a lot of, she finds a dead adventurer in the dungeon, and she, you know what I'm saying, she sends them to the afterlife. You know what I'm saying, she purifies them, sends them to the afterlife, and then she just starts spamming that shit. She just starts spamming it. Like, she see a lot of ghosts or whatever, a lot of people roaming around the dungeon, and she just use her, her undead skill to purify all the, so she just spamming it. I'm like, man, what? And these, she's, spamming the undead, and she's also killing the monsters so she's, killing two birds with one stone, as they would say. Then Aqua and Kazuma, they meet this guy Kill. They meet this guy named Kill. He's the dungeon master. He created the dungeon. He kidnapped. We get a backstory. He kidnaps a noble's daughter. He was also a wizard. They elope together because he's the guy. He saw that the girl he eloped with, her parents treated her like nothing. So he was like, I'm gonna take her away from here, treat her like she's supposed to be treated, yada yada yada. So so we get a little backstory about him eloping with the daughter, and the whole kingdom was against him. So he had to pretty much battle the whole kingdom just so he could get away with her and save her. So and my man's she's dead now, because we see her, she's in the dungeon, her skeleton or whatever. So he gave us a pretty cool flashback. So, and he asks Aqua to purify him. He asks Aqua to purify him so he can go to the afterlife. And my man Kill, he abandoned his humanity to protect her. He abandoned his humanity to protect her and look after her. So I can respect him for that, because he wanted to protect her, so he abandoned his humanity and became a lich. Is an undead creature, it's an undead creature, that sort of thing. So he abandoned his humanity to protect her and look after her, and I can respect that. I can respect, a man standing up on his principles, you know what I'm saying? So he stood on business for her, someone he cared about. He went against the whole kingdom for her. So I can respect my man for that, so he asks Aqua to purify him. And he wasn't like super evil. He wasn't like, oh man, I'm finna whatever. He seemed like a goofy dude, man, cool and goofy dude. Even Kazuma, he said that. He said it himself, like, bro, he don't seem like a bad dude, man. But like I said, I can respect that, how he stood up for what he believed in and protecting her. And it's like, yo, if I gotta lose my humanity just so I can protect you and look after you because I love you, I'm gonna do that, so I definitely respect that, man. So Aqua uses her, sacred turn undead to purify him. He also gave them some treasure in return, Kazuma, the shenanigans. Kazuma almost leaves Aqua in the dungeon because he figured out that she was the one attracting all the spirits, all the monsters, yada yada yada. So it's like, you the one attracting all these monsters. Like, do you know how inconvenient that is for us? Like, you are attracting all the monsters and whatever we see Kazuma and Aqua. She like, what when Aqua get into that mode of like, she start crying and pouting and like pleading with Kazuma, like, cause he don't let her push him around. He don't let her push him around. Like we see some isekai protagonists here or there. They get pushed around or whatever sometimes. So I like my man Kazuma. He don't let Aqua push him around, and he is pissed. He mad as hell. Like, yo, this is not going to be productive for us if you always attracting the monsters, always attracting the ghosts and the spirits and y'all. This is not going to be beneficial to us. So yeah, like he was pissed, bro. But when they got back to the guild, they partied hard. They partied hard because they got all the treasure. And the first thing Aqua do, she go to the bar and she get drunk as hell. As we know, man, Aqua, bro, she know how to throw them back, baby. My girl Aqua, she know how to throw them back, yo. She will spend the whole check that they get from adventuring and doing missions. She'll spend the whole check on just getting alcohol, getting toe back. But I love my girl Aqua, man. She still, man. That's my girl, man. So we get our girl Darkness. She comes back to the crew, right, and she tells the crew that Aladarp, that he wants her to get married to his son because of the leniency, Kazuma, that he gave Kazuma. So, he thought, oh, well, I gave you leniency, gave you a chance to prove yourself, didn't lock you up right then and there. So, like, in return, yeah, I want your party member to marry my son. Like, huh? But like, that's it. Like, bro, that's not uncommon, but it bro, stuff like that probably even happens in the real world. But so yeah, man, she comes back and tells the crew, like, yeah, Aladarp, he wants me to marry his son because of he looked out for you, Kazuma, gave you leniency. She trying to convince her dad that, nah, I don't really want to do this. But the dad, he don't really mess with Aladarp like that. He ain't messing with old buddy. But her dad likes his son. Her dad likes his son. And the crew, and Kazuma, he was like, yo, how about we just go along with the marriage? We go along with it, but we sabotage it from the inside. And I'm like, okay, cool, Kazuma, let's see what you got, my boy. Let's see how this gonna turn out, because knowing how this party get down, it's gonna be hilarity. I just know it. So that's what. So he's like, yeah, let's sabotage it from the inside. Because he didn't want to ruin Darkness. He didn't want to ruin her family name, which that's upstanding. That's what friends do. Like, yeah, let's sabotage it, but like, I ain't trying to ruin your name. But the son, he ended up calling the wedding off anyway. So they didn't even have to really go through with the full plan. So, and I like that because, he's like, cause he could understand, like, bro, if she, ain't really want to do it. But the son, I can't even lie, man. He's a very, he was cool. He was cool. And like, let me tell you, bro, like, they came up with the crazy, they talking about some, Darkness, she pregnant with Kazuma's child. I'm like, what? Come on, bro. You like, come on. I understand. Like, come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. The hilarity of it all, bro. Because, like, come on, bro. And then he just accepted it. He just accepted, like, oh, whatever. It's like, come on, bro. You can look at her and tell she ain't pregnant, bro. Like, you can look at her and tell she's not with child. But you sitting there just believing it, like, cause like I said, deep down he knew that, bro. She wasn't really down with the whole arranged marriage. Even though Kazuma did get some leniency, but man, nah, she wasn't with that, man. She wasn't with that. So he just believed it or whatever, and then I gotta say, man, Aqua, her dad, not Aqua, excuse me, Darkness, man, her dad, he a stand-up guy, man. I like her dad, because she told him, and he understood, and he wasn't really, he ain't really try to force it on her or whatever. She told him, like, man, Dad, I ain't really with it. And he was like, he understood, and he said, he was like, man, so yeah, I liked her dad, and he was, he came in and he did his part. So I like her dad, man, and he even said, like, man, her mom passed away, and I kind of spoiled her, and I kind of, saying maybe that wasn't for the best, but he admits that, like, her mom died, and I was there, but I spoiled her, kind of, so he even admitted that to the party, like, yeah, but he's like, man, thank y'all for looking out for my daughter, thank y'all for, being her friend or whatever, and, looking out for her. So, and because even though she's got this family name, this big time family name where that holds weight, she wanted to be an adventurer out there on the front lines doing her thing. And her pops was like, man, I let her do that because I wanted her to have her space and let her do what she want to do, spread her wings. But that might not have been the best thing. So I really like her dad, man. We don't really get to see too many upstanding anime dads, so I like to see that we get another solid, good anime dad. I like that. I like that, man. So the squad back on the move, baby. We back on the move. Goes back into Keel's dungeon to investigate, more monster activity, going back to where they was, and we find out, we see these little monsters that they will grab you, and then they will self-detonate. And we meet the leader guy of the monsters. His name, what is his name? Veneer? That's how you pronounce it. I think his name is Veneer. He's an he's an arch demon. He's a demon king army commander. So we find out this dude So we find out this dude, like, and I know this, bro, like, on most of the quote unquote villains that they come across, man, these dudes be goofy as hell. Like they're villains, but like they're not kind of like villains, because like the party does have to deal with them to get past, so they can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they rank and go up in there. You know, they get more skills. But like the villains that they come across be so goofy, man. So I'm just thinking, like, I wonder, like, what's this Demon King guy like? He probably gonna be goofy as hell, just like everybody else, man. So the guy, he tells the party that he wanted to find a dungeon, set up elaborate traps and, you know, and puzzles or whatever, just for the adventurer to get to the end and defeat him and get no treasure. Like, so he wanted to set up a dungeon to troll. That's hilarious. He wanted to set up a dungeon so he could troll adventurers. Oh, y'all fight through these elaborate traps and puzzles, thinking you gonna get some treasure at the end. It was like, nah, bro, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting Nathan. So I think that's hilarious, because that sounds like the ultimate troll move. Like, and I'm with it, bro. Like, it's just hilarious, bro. So my man Veneer, like, man, like, yo, I like that he's like, yo, I'm just trying to set up a dinner so I can troll, bro. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, we see Kazuma and Darkness, you know, they pressing, they engage with my man, and Darkness, she pressing him, and Kazuma sneak from behind, they land a hit, and they think he dead, which, you know, as we know, anime, it is like, nah, bro, he ain't dead. And his mask, because he wears this mask, but the mask is kind of like his, you know, whatever, like, so his mask takes control of Darkness. His mask flies onto Darkness' face, and he takes control. So it's like he tries to take control of her body, like, you know. So you have Darkness fighting the consciousness to not let him take over, and so they're having this big old tug of war. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, like, seeing these two like have that tug of war, because we know Darkness, she's a little bit of a masochist, so she is enjoying this, like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And he's like, will you knock it off and just let me take over? Don't be, you know, because she be cutting them off and, you know, whatever, like, with her enjoyment and whatever. And he just be like, girl, will you stop enjoying this? I'm trying to take over your body and cause havoc, but why are you enjoying this? Stop enjoying it. Like, that was his whole thing, was like, so watching him, you know, inside of Darkness' body and trying to take over, and, you know, they're both fighting for control. It was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. Like, and after that, we man, and you know, the final attack, I've learned this from season 1. The final attack, it always comes down to my girl Megami with her explosion magic. Hey, she's bro, she is like, I'm gonna call her Miss Clutch. I'm gonna call my girl Megami Miss Clutch, because she always comes in the clutch, man, as the final blow. She always comes in with the final blow. So, you know, she comes in with the final blow on my man Veneer. But it's also she attacks Darkness and Veneer because they're inside her body, in Darkness' body. So she attacks Darkness and Veneer together. Veneer, he perishes, and Darkness, we know she wasn't gonna die. Her armor just got super destroyed. So yeah, that's yeah, man. And then after that, my man Kazuma finally got his name cleared. My man finally got his name cleared from the courts and all that. He finally got his name cleared. My girl Darkness got a new armor set. The party finally cleared their debt and got 40 million Aries. And you guys know what time it is. It's time for them to party. Man, party time. Come to find out, my guy Veneer is not dead. That's why I say this man is the ultimate troll. I love it. He's the ultimate troll. I love it. Comes to find out my man Veneer is not dead. He's at the shop working with my girl Wiz. Apparently, he's Veneer too, because he died the first time because of Megami explosion magic. But then he got so I'm guessing he got multiple lives. So I'm like, oh yeah, so you a cat with 9 lives, my guy. I mess with it. Okay, cool. Like I said, the straight hilarious. This man coming back to life. You thinking he coming back to life? He ain't just coming back to life. He come back to life and he working at the shop with one of the homies of the party. Because when you think about it, Wiz, she's an extension. She's part of the party too. She don't be with them all the time, but she with them a lot of the time. So she's part of the party as well. So he's working in the shop with Wiz, and then my man Veneer and Kazuma, these cats go into business together. Like, it's just, like, bro, y'all was just fighting this dude like 3 episodes ago. But as I say, man, the hilarity of this show is I love it, man. Konosuba is hilarious, bro. So they go into business together, my man Veneer and Kazuma, because because Veneer is like, yo, Kazuma, how about we sell stuff from your home world? You can make it here, and we could just sell stuff in this new world from your old home world. So they go into business together. Man, and they get a new quest. They got to deal with some lizard runners. They got to get rid of them. They got to get rid of the king or the queen or whatever. And then, can y'all guess what happens next? Kazuma, he dies again for the 3rd time, trying to kill the queen lizard, they say, oh, you gotta kill the queen lizard before you can stop the rest of them. He falls out because he's perched up on a tree, and he using his sniping ability, and he falls out of the tree and breaks his neck. So, and this dude is in limbo talking about, oh, I want to stay here and talk. I want to stay here and talk to Ares for a little while longer, because he kind of got a little crush on the Ares a little bit. He kind of got a crush on the goddess Ares or whatever, and he's like, I want to stay and talk to her, da 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 da. And then it's like, he was talking to her like, oh, do you get lonely in this big old place or whatever? So he was just talking to her. And but yo, Aqua, she could hear from the other side, so she hears, and she's like, Kazuma, you don't bring your butt back here, da 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 da, because she can, she's use a resurrection on his body to bring him back or whatever. So she's hearing this. She like, bro, if you don't get your ass back here, you like, I love Aqua, man. I love her, dude. Like, she is so hilarious, bro. She is not having it. He comes back. So he comes back, and then they finally get a little bit of a vacation, because they go into the hot springs, and so they get a little vacation. They go into the hot springs, and they run into these creatures. So they always have to deal with something. Like, even if it could be the most random monsters, the most random creatures, you'll think, oh, they get a little break, they can relax a little bit, whatever. But nah, they always got to be dealing with something, bro. Even on a vacation to the hot springs, they have to deal with creatures called running hawk kites. But so yeah, they deal with them. What is it? The exploding magic from my girl Megami Wiz. She used her swamp magic to try to slow him down. Now Aqua, she's using healing magic to heal Darkness. Darkness. She's like, oh, it's not enough room on the wagon. So just drag me behind, which is like, yo, she is, bro, she's hilarious. Put herself in all kind of situations just so she can feel pain, because she like, man, but it's hilarious though. So she's getting drugged behind the wagon, and Aqua's healing her. So yeah, I'll tell you, bro, this party is just hilarious, bro. Then I forgot to mention this a little earlier, but my man Kazuma, he learns the blacksmith skill, so that's how he was able to go into business with Veneer. So he's piling up all these different skills, and even if you think it is pure comedy, but my man Kazuma, he's learning stuff along the way, so it's he's getting his levels up, getting his rank up. So yeah, man, even through all that, you be like, man, this is just pure comedy. But he's still getting his weight up, as they would say, because he learning stuff every day, all the time. So I still like that aspect of it. Like, it's pure comedy, but he's still learning stuff. He's still learning stuff and how to maneuver his way through this world. So I like that. So they finally arrive in the town, Arcarita, like, bro, Arcarita, something like that. It's very hard to pronounce. And the crew, they find out that the Axis cult, this is the home base of these guys, and the goddess that they worship is none other than Aqua herself. And these guys are really they're really pushy about people joining the cult, church, or whatever you want to call it. And my man Kazuma, he like, yo, I ain't trying to feel none of this with y'all, bro. I don't want nothing to do with this. Every time he see them, he runs the other way. Aqua, as you know, she happy because she gets to she gets praise from them and she gets worship by them, so she happy. But we have the Axis cult and the Aries church. So we have the Axis cult and the Aries church. They got beef because you have, like I said, this territory that would that they're going to with the hot springs. Is the Axis cult home base, but also you have the Aries church, who's also has some members in the city. So they got beef. They got beef, man. It's on site. Aqua is using a confession booth. Like, yo, she really leaning into this. She using a confession booth. And Kazuma, he goes into the confession booth and he's talking to Aqua or whatever, and he tells her, "Hey, man, can you stop BSing around and control these followers? Talk to them and do something, cause like they listen to you, whatever." So he's like, "Yo," cause they getting aggravated, they getting to be a nuisance. So yeah, that's like, yo, he like, bro, like, can you control these people for, like, can you do something? And then we get this one guy, and he's confessing that he wants to switch sides because Goddess Aries has a better chest. But Aqua, she rebuttals with, "Hey, man, don't you know she pads her chest? Like, yo, okay." And then Kazuma, he's like, he just like, "Aqua, like, Aries is your coworker. Like, yo, y'all supposed to be working together, but you gonna undermine your coworker just so you can keep one of your followers?" Like, see, that's what I mean. Like, Kazuma, bro, he'll speak his mind with stuff, man. Like, he ain't scared to speak his mind, man. And Aqua, she, like I said, she loves the town. She wants to help them. She wants to help the town boost the quality of the hot springs, because they think, oh, it's the Demon King army behind this. And like I said, the people, they're still trying to convert Kazuma, and and even Megami. She's like, bro, I ain't like these people scare me. And you can sense the feeling of dread when they see any of these guys coming. Like, they like, bro, like, oh my goodness. So, but the people, they turn on Aqua because they find out, they think she trying to scam them by turning the water to turning the springs to hot water. But I'm like, yo, is this her way? Is this her way of getting back at them? Because they wouldn't let her use the hot spring. They're like, no, we ain't let you use it. I'm like, oh. So I'm thinking, like, yo, is this a way for you to just get back at them because they didn't want you to use it? Like, she was mad she didn't get to use it. Like, she was mad, man. She was mad. Like, she was mad she didn't get to use it. But she still helps. She still wants to help them. So so the crew, like, they find out the culprit of the hot springs, that the hot springs are being poisoned. They find out that the hot springs are being poisoned. That's why the quality of the hot springs are going down, because they find out, the hot springs are being poisoned. And they find this dude named Hans. He's a deadly poison slime mutant guy. he's been poisoning the water supply, and he's part of the Demon King's army. So yeah, the Demon King was behind it. And then my girl Wiz, she asked Hans a question. She was like, "Yo, what happened to the overseer of the hot springs?" And the guy, he was like, Hans was like, "Yo, I ate him." He, I said, I ate him. And then, that pissed Wiz off so much. She was pissed because, and she was like, she don't get mad. She don't get pissed off when adventurers die because they kill monsters and they get paid for it. So they gotta know that, that comes with the territory. And the same thing she said about the knights. They take taxes. So in return, they protect the people. But she was pissed because, like, bro, she was like, the old guy who was overseeing the hot springs, the overseer, he ain't do nothing. He ain't deserve that. So she was pissed, bro. She was pissed. She's like, bro, she didn't like innocent people. She don't like innocent people getting hurt. Innocent people, innocent bystanders who don't have nothing to do with fighting or whatever. She do not like that, bro. She can't stand that. So she was pissed, and like, so yeah, she was ready, bro. She was ready, bro. It's like, and then in a way, I saw my girl Wiz. I was like, yo, why? Like, she's like, to me, like, she's waifu material. So I'm like, yo, she's just, she's always cute and gorgeous, whatever. But I'm like, seeing her get a little bit upset and mad, pissed off. I was like, girl, why do you look extra sexy right now? So it's like, I was just loving it, seeing my girl do her thing, man. So yeah, and then, the townspeople, I told you they was upset at Aqua or whatever. They thought she was trying to scam them, but she wasn't. So they finally found out Aqua was telling the truth about being a goddess. They come to help the party. Hans, the poison, Mr. Poison Man, he turns into this big old giant, poisonous monster or whatever. And then they try to fight him. The party, they like, oh, we got to get to work. And Aqua, she's purifying the lake. She's purifying the lake and doing her thing. The teamwork, like, and I say, the teamwork or the party is always top tier. The teamwork of the party is always top tier. It's one of the aspects of the show that I like. Obviously, other than just the comedy aspect, it's the teamwork of the party. They can, they look out for each other. They trust each other. And so I like the teamwork, man. So the teamwork, shines through. Like I said, Megami, Wiz, Darkness, and Aqua. Everybody clutch up, man. Everybody clutch up. And then my girl Aqua, she hits Hans, Mr. Poison Man, with God's Requiem, and she gets more powerful with the more followers she got, and like seeing that they're cheering her on, it's like, she's, while she's gearing up her God's Requiem punch, and I was happy in that moment because I'm like, yo, Aqua always talk about, yeah, I'm a goddess, I'm whatever. It's like they call her useless, whatever. She don't really do nothing. But like in that moment, my girl Aqua, she clutched up, man. The whole crew did, man. Like I said, man, teamwork make the dream work. But and you know all the time with the party, they do good, but it's always something that always it's always something on the back end that always it always gets screwed up. They do good, don't get me wrong, but on the back end, it always something that goes awry. And what I mean by that is, in the end, she still turned the hot springs into hot water, and the people, they didn't like that. With her massive attack, and they didn't like that. So they were still mad at her. They were still mad at her in the end, because with her final attack, she turned the water into hot water, the springs into hot water, and the people, they didn't like that. So, so I'm like, yo, y'all did all that, and in the end, Aqua still kind of messed up. But like, yo, man, they say the people from the poisonous monster. So I'm thinking that's all that matters. But like, Aqua still kind of, screwed up maybe a little bit, but like, that's just the hilarity of the show in general. Like, it's a hilarious, so yeah, man. Season 2, Konosuba, the party back at it, man. I season 2, I loved it. Season 1 was hilarious as well, and so yeah, man. But I gotta ask the people out there, what did you guys think of Konosuba season 2? Konosuba season 2. What did you guys think, man? My girl Aqua still out there doing her thing. Kazuma, Megami, my girl Wiz, my girl Darkness, everybody, man. This is one of my favorite isekais of all time, man. I love it. And I've been saying I have to get more isekais on my list, but so far, man, Konosuba is at the top. Konosuba is at the top. But yeah, man. So yeah, what did you guys think of Konosuba season 2? Let me know, man. And this has been your host of the Variety Pack podcast, your host Rashad, and I want to tell you guys, take it easy out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.